Y'all see that Sabrina Carpenter album cover?
I did.
I did not.
Ooh, it's interesting.
But why is it interesting?
It's provocative.
I mean, it is interesting, but
Get the people
I see
going.
everybody trying to figure out the meaning behind it.
She's on her knees getting her hair pulled by a man, right? That's the...
Yeah, she's on her knees.
With a ribbon on.
Yeah.
She's got a black bow. I mean, I don't know if that's a part of the deciphering.
Okay.
She's getting her hair pulled by a man.
Right, who you don't see. She's in the kind of what would be seen as like an oral sex kind of position.
A submissive position.
Yeah, she's on her knees. Her head is up to like his pelvis.
And the album name is Man's Best Friend.
Right.
Oh, she's getting into her freaky bag. Okay.
I mean, it's a big jump from espresso.
Indeed. I guess the pushback is what? The people that... Because I've seen pushback on her tour stuff because she does some racy outfits, stripping her clothes off thing, and parents are taking their kids to these shows and they think that that's inappropriate.
I think that remember Christina
Aguilera.
said basically when she first dropped, you had to do everything that the label wanted you to do. Right? So you got to pull out this what a girl want. You got to do all of that shit.
That was a good falsetto too.
Don't shut up, man.
You know, he done did that before.
But when the real you comes out, your next album, once you prove to be successful, they give you a little bit more leeway. This might be the real her.
Well, these are also, both these artists that we're talking about came from child star, Disney or Nickelodeon.
So your first couple projects, the labels want you to still do the innocent girl bullshit, and you want to talk about giving blowjob.
This is weird. So I'm on her page, and I'm a extremely passive fan. I like some of her music. I don't rush out to go hear it, buy an album, whatever. So a lot of people are debating in the comments whether or not this was a use of irony and sarcasm, because apparently she has been very vocal about the concept of decentering men, and so this definitely is completely opposite to that type of rhetoric. So
it's dope. Well, we don't know that because we haven't heard the album.
We don't know
she could very well be doing just that when you hear the music.
And I think that's
then the
dope.
album cover makes a whole bunch of sense. So
So because she's got people up in fucking arms in her comments, but there's also
why they suck a dick. Why do people be up in arms about shit? Y'all suck dick.
And behind
trigger warning to anybody that has yet to suck a dick.
It's no trigger.
Y'all love sucking dick.
No.
And get their hair pulled a little bit.
And the crazy
that's your bag.
And the crazy shit is people be stone cold freaks behind closed doors and will critique the other freaks in public. That shit is nuts to me. That shit is insane to me, B.
I think part of it.
I don't think that's what's happening here.
No, I don't know. We took it went on a tangent.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But even if it's not what's happening, I think it's dope. It's a conversation piece to go look at my album cover.
Yeah, and I
hopefully buy my shit to hear what I'm talking about.
I think a lot of artists go through this. You know what I mean? First, I think y'all right. I mean, the Disney thing I think is part of it. People saw her as a Disney person, and even though she's 26 now, it's like,
at what point do you stop looking at me like, prim, proper, and innocent?
That's not who I am. And then I think artists want people to be, we want artists to be who we want them to be. Remember when That's the Way Love Goes came out?
Yes.
That video, which is...
People lost their fucking shit.
Nigga. And J-Lo was in that joint too. Anyway, get thee behind me. I can't sit on this couch, man. This is a horny ass couch. But people didn't love that. And by the time Janet got to the Velvet Rope, that whole stretch where Janet was embracing her own sexuality, niggas was not happy.
That's true.
Some people didn't like Beyonce does things too sexual at some point. It's like, we want people to be what we want them to be sometimes.
And as a parent, you taking your kids to these concerts, I get it.
That's different.
Janet was riding a nigga on it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. I'm just saying.
Wait, stop. Knock it the fuck off. That's a parent taking their kid to a concert. There's some concerts your kid should
not be
at. Yeah, but if you go to the concert based on the first three albums,
but if you go to a concert based on your kids,
you're bad. True. That's your bad.
That's true.
Agreed.
Because that's what Britney Spears. Like, people like this stretch, and then the next album is this. So I'm bringing you to the concert thinking about these three.
That is true.
And then your fourth album, you riding dick.
We got some Mel shade coming.
It's not shade. Baby Hit Me One More Time. She's dressed up like the naughty schoolgirl. We could see the direction she was about to go in, and it was fuck Nickelodeon, fuck Disney. I'm that bitch, and you about to see it. Like, come on now.
And as a parent, if your only as a parent if you're only familiar with the first few projects, right? That's what your daughters are idolizing. And then you go take your daughters and you spend this money and she coming out Christina Aguilera with Redman in the water on her knees, like you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, concerts is one of the topics where I just don't want to hear none of that parent shit. Send your kids to the Rod Wave concert or some PG-13 shit that's safe.
And
let artists be artists.
But the hard part of Sabrina was she was PG-13.
Mark, I comprehend that. Yeah. For most artists, there was a time where you could bring your kids to their show. You could bring your kid to the earlier Prince show. You could bring your kid to the earlier Tina Turner show, the earlier Madonna show. Then when Prince got into his erotic phase, maybe you should leave your kid home. When Madonna does Justify My Love, maybe it's not time for your fucking kid to come.
Cones on her shirt. No, I'm
There are kid-friendly concerts, and they ain't.
And also, Sabrina was leaning heavily into, like, you know, that whole Betty Boop kind of thing, that pinup girl. Yeah. This is a foregone fucking conclusion that she's trying to shed the innocent look and, you know, kind of spread her wings into becoming a woman and examining what that means to her. And it's going to take different forms and shapes the older that she fucking gets. But
especially
you could see her leaning into it from her performances on award shows.
Right? Dog, there are people out there that have a different type of relationship with their kids. It's porn stars. It's people out there. If you want to do that with your kid, cool. Normal kids, sit your fucking ass home for the show that starts at 9:30, 10. Sorry. Everything ain't got to be kid-friendly.
That's Agreed. True. Agreed.
That's true.
Agreed. So, yeah.
Yeah, let Sabrina get in her fucking bag. Fuck you, Corey.
But now, because of this album cover and because of, you know, what people, like the frenzy is causing, I'm actually now very interested to hear what the songs are going to be about.
So I guess it worked.
Mission fucking accomplished.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of them kids whose parents are outraged, they're going to sneak and get the album anyway.
They're absolutely going to.
Maybe even more.
All the parents who are outraged, you got to remember, we were listening to Two Live Crew. We were listening to Adina Howard, and I'm sure that there's like a white version of what I'm saying.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Madonna.
But,
right.
Madonna. Okay, yeah, sure. Prince. There's a whole, like, we got to remember that at one point we were a kid, we were sneaking to listen to the shit our parents would not have agreed with us listening to. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's real.
It's just, it's a rite of passage.
I just hate that somewhere along the lines we began to treat music differently than movies. Like the movie will let you know when a kid ain't supposed to be there, and if the kid try to sneak in, the movie gonna do their best to get their little ass out of there without a parent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some artists that just ain't for your kid to show up here.
I think it's more the disappointment. I think you're right about everything you just said.
Take that to the Millennium Tour.
But that be the shit though. Sometimes that be the disappointment. It's like, my kid could go to the Bow Wow show up until this point. My kid could go to the such and such show up to this point, and now they've changed, and now I'm mad. Like, you're right, don't bring them to the show, but like, I think that's why people are outraged. I think they're just mad that they can't do that thing that they could do. I could depend on Sabrina before. I could depend on Britney before. Now, I ain't got nothing.
Everything being kid-friendly is what ruined part of my experience watching the Yin Yang Twins perform at BET Awards.
That shit was hilarious. Wait till I show you this.
Wait till I show you this.
But then they still said skeet, 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 skeet. I was like, yeah.
Wait till I show you this. And the stupid kids today, they don't know that ain't how the song go. Hey, kids, when that song came out, wait till you see my dick. It was pandemonium in the clubs. Now look what y'all made the Yin Yang Twins do. Wait till I show you this.
So you wanted them to say, where do you see my dick on BET?
I'm an adult. What do you think I wanted them to say?
They could have just blocked out dick.
And bitch, right? Where do you see my dick?
And they had the delay.
Song, I mean,
they had the delay.
That's the song your kids will impeach you with when you talk about their music. They wait, y'all was in the club dancing to the way you see my dick.
So the sweat drip down my balls.
Right.
And past that, that's really just a bad clean. That's a bad clean. There's no such thing as a bad clean.
What's
version.
a good clean for that? How do you clean up where do you see my dick? What would you do as an artist?
Shh. Where do you see my shh?
I like that.
Or they do like the moans.
Yeah,
like, wait,
sound effects.
Okay, so you wouldn't change the bar.
Sound effects and noises.
You can't hit them with the.
Well, I mean, I wasn't, you know.
What are you talking about?
She might not have did the voiceover.
Got you.
I mean, you know.
No Joe Budden.